You didn't leave the house without your crown, did you?
We are live. Happy Thankful Thursday. We got a special guest tonight to close out Black History Month. I will bring them to the stage. AP, Miss
What's up? What's
Prissy,
up?
What's
What's
up? What's
up?
up?
DJ
and
Q.
DJ. There you go.
Hey,
DJ for
how Miss Prissy
Q.
coming with balloons? I need those balloons.
Balloons? What balloons?
She came in with balloons with her little picture.
I
Yep,
know,
what
I
he
saw
did.
that.
I'm not sure what that was. Um, so happy Thankful Thursday. How y'all doing today in this
I'm doing
crazy
great.
weather?
Awesome.
Doing awesome. That's good to hear.
I'm sleepy, but I'm here. Man,
Yeah, better sleepy than that. Better
yep.
sleepy than that. Them 10
Mhm.
hour shift. What you was doing? 14-hour shift?
No, today, I went in this morning. I was on overtime. It was cool though. It went by heck of fast. I'm just sleepy. I took a
Well,
nap, but
you need some H2O. H2O is the best. This mojito. This mojito spring water, sparkling water, is so good.
where you get it from?
Jamila got it from Target. It's hecka good. It's limited edition. So since we don't drink
I gotta try it.
mojito sparkling, yeah, mojito sparkling water is good since we don't drink.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't like the sparkling water that is carbonated. It's carbonated. I don't like that one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-mm.
This the best one to me. Guess if everybody's doing well, we can start the show. I guess I'll start it going. I'm Donna from Heart and Soul. We do Thankful Thursday. This month has been all Black business owners. Felt like we should do something different to highlight us from different walks. We all doing something different, like presidents of Black culture clubs, DJs, just Black business owners, and is happy to highlight Q. Been knowing him since forever. Grew up around the same neighborhood, so I was always happy to have him on. So Q, if you could tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. DJ 4Q, other known as Quentin, Quentin Reynolds. I am a father of five, for one. I am a husband. Been my wife 15 years, married 23. I'm sorry, 23 years, married 15. Like I said, we have 5 kids, 3 adults, and 2 little ones. The 3 are out the house. We got 2 that is living with us now. But yeah, right now I DJ and it's moving. It's moving. I think I found
Mhm.
something that I like to do. It was supposed to be an outlet and it turned into a business. It's something I'm addicted to now. So it's pretty much myself right now.
Well, that's
That's what's
good. That's
up.
good. Miss
Hmm.
Prissy, AP, we know who you are, but just for people that's just tuning in for the first time or going to tune in for the first time, who y'all are, what y'all do.
Well, I am Miss Prissy. I wear many hats, but I'm a mother first and foremost. But I've been doing photography. Like that is my focus. I just got my iPhone 15 Pro, so I'm excited to get out there and take some shoots. I'm gonna use my son and do some pictures of him. He ain't gonna be too happy, but I got some things in the works.
Oh, AP.
No, that's what's up. I'm AP.
I'm a little dark.
Ooh, shoot. I don't got much to say. Just I'm me. I'm a realist. As far as the business wise, I'm working on getting mine off the ground. So stay tuned. I don't really want to talk too much about it until it get close to launching. So yep. Other than that, oh, I'm chilling.
It's always good to push and be inspired, stay inspired. So, Q, what inspired you to be a DJ or start DJing, and how long have you been a DJ?
I First of all, I've been a DJ, believe it or not, just probably 18, 19 months, 18 or 19 months now. So I consider myself still paying my dues.
Mhm.
But what started me as a DJ, I can honestly say 2 years ago, I knew nothing about DJing and didn't even aspire to be a DJ. Um, I was going through a phase of my life, 44 years old, 43 at the time, trying to find something else besides lifting weights and working out. My job, I was steady being promoted, so the job became more and more stressful. So I needed an outlet, and it started. We had a gathering on the block. I'm from East Oakland, so we had a gathering on 88th Avenue where I'm from, and I got a cousin who been DJing for like probably 15, 20 years. And he an old school DJ. So he not into the internet and all that type of stuff, but he a good DJ. Actually DJ at the sports page. So we they went to go to get a smoke break. Had to go to Booker's to get some rap or whatever. And I was stuck there watching the controller and the laptop. So I wanted to like change the song because we kept having these long pauses and everything. So he's like, watch it and I'll be right back. So I just kept messing around, and my OGs were telling me I was fucking up. I wasn't doing too well. He came back, talked shit about me, clown me, told me I couldn't do it. Don't ever touch the controller again. That stuck with me. I'm the type of person. I'm easily to inspire, right? So if you tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna end up doing it, right? So I really listen to my OGs who pretty much raised me. So they telling me I couldn't do it, right? I'm weak. Don't ever touch the controller again. I think that night, even before I left there, I just went on Amazon. I took pictures of all the equipment that he had, and before I even left there, I ordered almost everything that he had as far as the speakers. So now he got all this equipment coming to the house, spending all this money. And I think about 6 months, I just locked myself in the garage and just kept playing and practicing. I got the confidence to go on YouTube Live. I probably sent you some stuff in your
Yeah.
D, but I was going in my garage, going live, recording video, having different themes, and just practicing and practicing and practicing. I even took some little courses on YouTube, got the little certificate and everything, and once I started sending my videos out, people started requesting. But it was something missing. So I had to find like a mentor, right? But I didn't want to use my family. So I wanted to use somebody else, right? Somebody a little more advanced, but somebody outside of the network that I was in. So I got a mentor named DJ Tweezy. Shout out to him. His name is Antoine. We call him Twan. He took me up under his wing. He DJ at the page. I started going with him, shadowing him, bringing in the speakers, like starting from scratch, sitting there watching him until I started DJing at the page. And then once you DJ your first live crowd and see the reaction, oh man, ain't no better feeling in the world for me right now. So besides coming home seeing my kids, I mean, I think I look forward to that. So I got addicted to that feeling because I was doing it for free at the time. And then after a while, I got my first gig at one of my cousin's birthday party. Those same people who said I couldn't do it, they saw me hauling out all the stuff and I was scratching it. You should have seen the eyes. And I think from that moment on, I just inspired to get better and better and better. So the more I DJ, that's why I say I'm still learning. It's a lot to learn. I think with your first 5 years, you're always learning, but I started to learn more every time, and every time there's not a week go by where I'm teaching myself something new. And I think you get experience by the time you put in with this stuff. It's not how many years you've been DJing; it's actually the time you put in, how many gigs you get. So the gigs started picking up. I used to be worried that I wouldn't get any gigs when I first started in 6 months, because the first 6 months, because I was shy. But I can tell you right now, man, I've been on this road where the clientele, the demand is more than what I can supply right now. So now I pick what I want to go to. I started off doing it $200, $300. Now I do it from like 500 to as much as 1,500. I just did a wedding recently this past weekend. That was probably the most funnest one for about 7 hours. Like I said, I've been on the road. I've been DJing almost every weekend for a little over a year now. So it's pretty exciting. So I know that that's a long answer to your short question, but I wanted to start from there and tell you at the end what inspired me. And what inspires me is basically the demand, right? Like I didn't know this was such a lucrative business because I don't need the money at all. But I feel like everything I touch and put my effort and my work ethic into, it gets better. For my kids, my wife, my job, everything. So I have a lot of confidence in myself. And when somebody who don't know me that well, or even if they do know me, tell me I can't do something, that's all I need. And I'm just like that. So that's what inspires me, and that's why I DJ as well.
Mm-hmm. If somebody asked you, what would it take, like the motivation, to stay motivated, like how do you stay up to music trends and stay up to date on like the music and what's played at certain events and what's not played at certain events? How do you stay up on
That's
that?
it. First of all, like I said, I got grown kids. That helps a little bit, right?
Mhm.
But internally, I am a square bear, right? Like I'm a homebody. Like that was one of my biggest concerns as well, D. I've always been into music, but I was wondering how do I keep up with the times? What helps me a lot is going and watching other DJs.
Mhm.
And while I'm in there, I'm not Spotify, but Shazam is my best friend.
Yeah.
So I'm in there just Shazamming away. Even if I got it, I'll Shazam it just to remind me to play that song next time. So I think the trick for me is to get ahead. So I always try to make set lists ahead of time, like depending, because I think every party is a theme, right? You can't just play what you want to play. It all depends on the type of crowd and what type of party it is. So I always be ready for, I think you stereotype the crowd and then you play that theme, right? That theme of music. So I got different playlists that I'll go jump in and out of. But that's how I keep up with the times. Like I have multiple streaming sites that'll give you the top 40 or the top 50 hottest DJ songs and stuff like that. So I also have a network that I deal with. It's called no DJ request. I mean no song request, where it's a QR code that every gig I go to, that if you want a song played, you just scan that QR code and you put the song in that you want to play, and then I play it. But it's multiple DJs around the states that use that. So they keep a database and they keep a top 10 list from the songs that are requested. So I actually see before I even start. I get every gig. I spend like 2 hours practicing before I go to the gig. So to keep up with it is going to gigs. I mean, to just clubs without even DJing, right? But keeping up, you got to find multiple avenues. So, like I said, the number one avenue is my Shazam. Even if I'm in the car and I got the windows down, and I hear somebody playing that, I'm a Shazam right away. Right away. You got to be thirsty. You got to be thirsty. You got to be like a sponge too. You got to be like a sponge and have no ego. No
Yeah.
ego.
And everything changes. Everything changes up so
Yeah.
fast. So
Yeah. You can't play what you want to play, right? You got to play what you think they like. I think that's the biggest misconception. Most DJs or not most, some play what they want to play and it don't hit pretty well. So I think you got to find a niche, which is stereotyping. I can keep saying that because you go in there, you try to gauge the crowd. If it's all white people, you ain't gonna play no Too Short. Sometimes, Are you know what I mean? You can play Blow the Whistle, but that's probably far as you can go with the white people.
yeah.
You just can't play what you want to play. So, like I said, it's a different theme for every gig.
That seems like out here because we go out and we normally like mainly the only black people, the places we go and they play
Yeah.
like random songs. It's like, what song is this? And they play Too Short, Blow the Whistle. You're gonna
Yep.
always hear that somewhere.
Yep.
Mariah Carey, but it's like I asked a couple episodes. I had some business owners from Reno, and I asked them, because we've been out here 6 years. I asked them, where do the black people party at? And they like, they don't know.
They
I
don't see
mean, it's the music, the clubs we go to. Some play good music, some play
them.
don't play good music. So I be like, well, that's good that you said you do it by the crowd because some clubs would be like, what is this music? And y'all not playing no up to date music. Y'all playing hip hop, but it's hip hop from like the '90s and the
Right.
'80s and the early 2000s. We got up to date hip hop that can be edited that you don't need cuss words, but it's
Yeah.
just certain places out here. I be like, we need to go back to the Bay to party, but then it's not that safe to go out there and party. So,
Right.
at
And
all.
the hardest thing for me is like mixed crowds, right? Like so
mhm,
it's always gonna be something you play that nobody like. I think I haven't been more nervous than my first Mexican party. Like I don't know no darn Mexican songs. So I spent like 3, 4 days just trying to find the hottest Mexican songs. They like Banda, they like Bad Bunny, which I ain't never listened
mhm,
to because of course you don't know none of the words. Uh, but I can tell you right now, that party was the livest party I ever had. As far as I probably did about 100 gigs, over 100 gigs, and that was probably the most funnest one. Because
Wow.
what I learned is there's a thing called BPM, which is beats per minute, right? And
mhm,
it's the speed of the music. There's also tones. There's different tones that you can play. But if you match up BPM of 122 with a 123 or 124, it's just gonna blend right in. But if you go 180, 122 and 84 on the next song, they're gonna be dancing and they can't catch the beat, and you done messed up the whole rhythm. So that's what I
mhm,
learned is just to keep the rhythm, keep the rhythm, keep the rhythm. And once every DJ learn that and blend it without the music stopping, it don't even matter what you play, as long as you get them dancing on the floor and
mhm.
keep them dancing on the floor. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go out here and then, like you said, they keep us dancing. They'll play 2 songs and we be like, okay, that's cool. And then the
Yeah.
next 2, 3 songs, it's like, are we leaving? Or are we staying? Or are we gonna wait to
Yeah.
see? After the first 2 songs was cool. The next 3 songs sucked. That cooled everybody
Yeah.
down. Everybody either left and took a smoke break or a drink break. And then we come back in. A song is good, and they just mix it up. And I'm like, I don't. After 10 o'clock, if you don't keep my attention, I'm gonna be ready to go home and go sleep. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
almost like surfing. It's almost like surfing. You got to catch the wave and stay on that wave. Otherwise, you just falling
Yeah.
down, floating.
Yeah.
It's it's not easy. Then most people say anybody can DJ. Yeah, anybody can push a button. But I think the most important thing: can you make them dance? Can you make them keep dancing? I think that's how every DJ should evaluate themselves.
Mhm. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. Because there's been times where, like, I've been to a club and the crowd is lit, but I'm like, the DJ is hella weak. Like, the music could have
Yeah.
been better. I think it was like the end of January. I had came back to the Bay for a friend's party. We was at some club in Frisco. The crowd was lit. It was thick as fuck in there, but the music, it was like a hit and miss. It's like you said. So it's like the music, to me, the music is what makes the party or the event or the wedding. If you don't have good music, then it's
Yep.
just weak,
Yep.
honestly.
And the like MCing, right? Like
Mhm.
some DJs talk too much. Some DJs don't talk enough. You got to find the right pockets to pump the crowd up too. I mean, I just learned that probably 4, 5 months ago. Like, I didn't have the confidence when I first started to be just talking all over the mic. At first, I was just scratching and pushing buttons, but then I saw them react more to my words too. So now I'm addicted to just saying certain phrases. I ain't gonna tell you what we saying. Y'all gotta pay for that, but. But yeah, my wife, my kids, they don't even see that part of me, right? Because I think this also brings a personality that I don't express that much. So it brings that party side of me. And like I said in the beginning, I'm pretty much a homebody at Square. I don't be in the house listening to music. I come home and pretty much go to sleep nowadays. But I've never been a party animal. But now, if you saw me DJing, you would think I was a party animal. I'm all on the
Mhm.
flow dancing. Like I take the mic.
Yeah.
I take the mic and I make sure every gig I take the mic and I go out there and I gig with them, especially if everybody ain't on the flow. At the sports page when I first started, it actually started off with them coming up grinding on me, and I was all like, "Get off of me! Get the hell up off me!" But then I saw the more I was involved, and I was, like I said, I was DJing with my mentor. He would be on the turntables, and I would get the mic and go into the crowd. And I was like, "Oh, this is hella fun! I like this." And I just called people out who was dead. So once you get people involved with your voice and everything, I'm telling you, it's no better feeling. Like I can turn a boring crowd into a live crowd real good by just embarrassing them by calling them out, right? Like if somebody just sitting there thinking the party ain't cool, I'll call them out. What you want to hear? What you want to hear? I'm gonna get you dancing before the night over with. Engage, right? Engage. That's one of the things I picked up on too. It's all kind of traits to it. It's all different styles of DJing, but I'm like a sponge. I try to be different. Like I try to do different types of gigs. I done bar mitzvahs. I done divorce parties. I done quinceañeras. I done all type of stuff. Receptions. Anything you can think of, I done just to get a different type of style under my belt.
So like theme wise, out of all like the appearances you done, like which one would you say like is your favorite? Like weddings or club appearances? What do you think?
Weddings are hella long. Like I did one for like 7 hours, but
damn,
7 hours of fun because they just dance to everything. Ain't nothing you play is bad.
Did they feed you?
My favorite one to do
You
is
didn't hear me.
the kids party, not the little kids, because I done like 8, 9-year-old boys where they just request songs all day. But like the 15, 16-year-old girls, them the ones. I'm in there sweating, drenched. They steady dancing, and they like the ratchetness.
Yep, that's what I like.
Play that ratchet music, and they trying to impress somebody there by dancing. You know, they grinding on each other, get pretty wild.
I'll whoop their ass.
And I ain't gotta say much. So it'd be wild. It'd be wild on the 16, 17-year-old parties. Not that I pay attention to them. I'm just talking about the atmosphere. Crazy. Pause.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. That sounded kind of crazy once I thought about it, but
we get it. We understand.
Yeah.
AP said, "Do they feed you? Do they feed you at these?
I don't like to eat because now if you give, I'll take probably a shot or something. Before when I started, I wasn't drinking at all. Now I drink because I noticed how that flips my personality. So I drink or take a couple of shots. Now I don't get too lit to where I don't know what I'm doing, but I have to take something now if I'm in that type of atmosphere just to get in the mood. But the food, I don't want none of that. Like none of that. Because it like think about it, I'm using my hands all the time. So I don't want to be if I eat, I'm taking away my mouth. So what can I do?
Right.
Like don't ever disrespect me and say I'm gonna pay you with food. Like no, that ain't cool. And
I'm just saying as far as like the wedding, like how you said like the wedding was like 7 hours. I'm like, do they feed you? I remember at one point I think I saw an article about a photographer one time. He went to a wedding and I think he might have asked for a plate of food and then they said no and he deleted all their pictures.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
He was doing a wedding and they said no.
And I wasn't meaning not you disrespect. I'm talking about the party booker saying I'll pay you with food. But every gig that I've had that have food, they didn't offer food.
Oh, okay.
They offer food. Like that's part of they hospitality. Like they always gonna offer you food. They want you to be happy. Like the only time I didn't get offered food or didn't get offered free drink was at the sports page in Oakland. But we ain't gonna say
I kind of feel the wedding. I kind of feel the wedding part because some people, have specific plates and specific amounts of food for how many people are gonna be there. But if you're there for more than 3 and 4 hours, you have to keep your energy up. If he haven't eaten, he don't have no water. He needs something to keep his energy up. If your energy is that I shut it off. You said what?
I pack a lunch. So I eat like fig Newtons. I eat an apple. I bring the water. I bring stuff that's gonna keep me hydrated too, right?
Yeah.
Like something I can just real quick and don't gotta be sitting there. What you want to hear with a mouthful of food? So I just try to find something small to eat if I or snack on. There you go, snack
Right.
instead of eating. But yeah, sometimes I take a plate home. Don't get me wrong, I ain't too bougie. I just don't like eating while I'm doing it.
Right.
And you know,
That
once you
makes
start
sense.
drinking, you don't want to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
Nope, that makes sense.
coming up from where we come up from, did you see yourself being a DJ growing up, or what did you see yourself doing or being
Hell no.
growing up?
If you would have told me I was a DJ, I would have laughed at you. Like, hell no. Like I said, just 2 years ago, if you would have said I was a DJ, I would have laughed at you. But I was in the sports. I was heavy in the sports. I never sold no weed or no drugs. I always had family that did that, but I always stayed away from that. Up until the age of 16, I was gonna play baseball. You couldn't tell me nothing. Like that was my life. I loved baseball more than I loved myself, to be honest with you, because
Oh.
I had a rough upbringing, and I was that kid that used to play by themselves a lot. So I used to hit the tennis ball, from one side of the street, the block, all the way down to the other. Just keep hitting it. Go get it, hit it, go get it. Take the ball, throw it off my porch. And I was known around my area as the person that was going to play baseball. I used to tell people that I was going to be the next Barry Bonds. Until I had kids, until I got some pussy. Excuse my language. Like the first time I had sex, actual sex, is the first time I got her pregnant. So, yeah.
Oh shit.
So after that, it was just like I felt like I was stuck in that daddy mode, and it's not like I didn't want that. I actually wanted that because at the time I was coming from Reno. My dad, who had a rough time, and he ended up going back to jail because I moved out there with my dad, but he ended up going to jail, so I had to move back to Oakland. And by the time I moved back, my grandmother gave up my room, who was raising me. She gave up my room, so I couldn't move in there, so I had to go to the block. And that type of lifestyle was what I didn't want, but it put me just on my own. So from the age of 15, 16, I was pretty much on my own, and I think me having a kid is what I wanted. Like I actually wanted kids at that age, and it was the hardest time. Like me, like I said, me and my wife been together 23 years, but our kids are older. We have two together, 15 and 6. But all our grown kids we were separate, so we have a blended family. So when we met each other, as far as when I had my kids, I had 2 kids and she had 2 kids when we met each other. But at the age of 21, 22, when I met her, we were 4 kids deep with I think they were all 3, 4, and 5 at the time. So we were kids raising kids at that time. But yeah, I always wanted that big family, and you couldn't tell me nothing that I wasn't gonna be no baseball player. But kids is what changed my. I don't regret it at all either. Like at the time, it was the worst time of my life, the hardest. Like I had to drop out of school, get a job at McDonald's for like 6 months from a friend who got me hired. But then after that, I went into like loss prevention, undercover security, for like 15 years, which is another great part of my life. But then the last 10, 11 years, I've been a warehouse DC manager in logistics. So I didn't have no path to my life after I have kids. It wasn't even about me at that time. And it's still not about me. As you see, I got a 6-year-old. So I think my whole life it's always been about raising my kids. So after 15 and I started having kids, I didn't care too much about me. It was about raising my kids and making life good for them.
How do you
Wow.
how do you balance how do you balance being a DJ, working a 9 to 5, and home life, being married with kids and
Oh, thank you, some light. How do I balance it? That's a good question. So mentally it's very hard, right? But the time in the day is what I run out of. Um, I run 3 warehouses. I think it's about 30 employees in each one. And you think about all the problems that go on in between those situations. Um, I come home. I'm at work at 6. I come home around 2, 3 o'clock. I rest because I'm a diabetic, high blood pressure too. Uh,
Mm.
so I find time for myself first. Sometimes I DJ, but as you see behind me, I'm a diehard Warrior fan. If the game not on, um, I'm watching the game. But I always find pockets to practice my skill as well. So it's easy to balance now because I only work Monday through Friday. But every weekend I'm DJing. I think what motivates me is like if it was still a hobby, I probably wouldn't be DJing. But that money started flowing and coming in. So and I got goals now. So once you start seeing the money come in so easily, like you get paid for like think about it, you get paid for something you like to do. Oh, you just
Mhm.
want more and more and more and more. So, like I said, I'm addicted to it now. I'm addicted to it. So, if I had more time, that would be great. But right now, I make sure that I'm improving myself with the time I got right now. It's pretty much the hardest thing to do is juggle the time because sometimes if the job requires more time out of me, that's what comes first. I make. I'm not trying to brag, but I make a pretty good amount, well over 6 figures and if I had to stop DJing, I quit DJing. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's what pay the bills right now. And like I say, the position I have, the field I'm in, they relocated me from Oakland, bought a home, put me in school, put my wife through school. So I ended up finding a job when I was 22, and I ended up hiring the block, hiring 40 family members, and that same startup company we still living off of 10 years from now, even though I work for somebody else. Um, I learned that if I just put my work ethic into anything, anything can happen. Like I'm a big believer in that. Like right now, one of my kids, my junior, moved back into the house, and just within those 40 days, first 40 days of moving back to the house, I ended up getting him a job. He got his driver's license, got his guard card, and these are things that he couldn't get on his own. So I feel like
Mhm.
I told him like use this as an example. Like look at me as an example. Like I knew nothing about DJing. If you just put your mind in anything, it don't matter how much time you got. You can make it happen. I promise you,
Yeah.
you can make it happen. So get back to the original question about the time. Like I don't never try to look at this time ticking down or going away, right? I always try to just look ahead and try to know the time is coming and whatever's coming, just try to get ahead of it. So
Mhm.
finding time for myself, I try to get ahead of it. I know I'm gonna be tired, so while I'm at work, I'm trying to get those pockets of time where I can just come in and lay down. Or when I'm a DJ, I'm gonna make sure when everybody sleeps, so I ain't making too much noise. Put my headphones on. But yeah, time. If I can buy time, I would. But yeah, I'm not. Everybody's clock is ticking, right? So that's the way I look at it as well.
Hmm.
I don't like wasting time at all. Like if it ain't benefit me, I'm such a nerd. Like I don't watch the same thing twice. I don't watch a lot of movies. I go to bed every night, listen to podcasts or something new
Yeah.
because I got to put new information in my head. So it's one of those things where I utilize every minute of the day. That's why I was eager to do this. Because guess what? It's something new, something I ain't never done before. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, time I use that as a tool.
Yeah.
I can go
Like
on
that.
and on.
Wow.
Sometimes I got to stop myself.
You
No,
said
no,
you
that's
said
good
you came
stuff.
out here. Yeah, you said you came out here what 15 to 16 years old.
Yeah.
What made you move to Reno? And
Oh,
what made you move?
I'm
You
glad you.
said your dad was from
I'm
there.
glad you. I'm gonna be very transparent. I ain't got nothing to hide now because I'm so proud of my life right now. Um, I never been in no major trouble or nothing like that. But as a youth, man, I was a big thief. Like I was a booster at the age of 14, 15 years old. Like before they started selling drink, like Booster started boosting drink, I was boosting drink. Before like I used to sell cigarette cases of cigarettes, not the packs, cases of cigarettes
Mhm.
to Bookers, to to night to Harry's. Like I used to I started off like cutting school in the 8th grade, going to steal cases of Tampas, having Tampas, and then coming back to school selling them. Me and a friend of mine. In fact, I did that my whole 8th grade year. Big thief. Used to steal out of my grandmother's purse, get whoopings. Knew it. She used to come pick me up from 150th because I used to get caught stealing. I was just a so my grandmother shipped me off to Reno with my dad, who had just got a long prison stint, and he just got married. So I'm living with them, but they didn't know how to raise a 15-year-old. So they marriage didn't last no more than a year. So because he ended up going back to jail after I think 9 or 10 months, and I was on my own again. So my dad lived in Reno. I went to Reno to stay that year just to keep my school up because they had a great baseball team there. And the school was good. The Reno High. I actually stayed right across the river from Reno High in those apartments. And yeah, my first girlfriend was a white girlfriend. Yeah, like I swear, Reno put a lot of straight in me. Like I was real crooked up until that time. And I think when I went to Reno is when I stopped like being in that street mentality. It didn't stop me from stealing. It didn't stop me. It didn't stop me. But that's why I went to Reno because my dad lived out there at the time, and he's like a big chef, so he had this restaurant out there, but he couldn't keep his life right, so he ended up going. He cool now, live in Ohio, but yeah, that year was probably one of the most. It's the base of my life now. Like it lets me know how to be independent as well because I wasn't independent before that.
We live right here on the We live right here on the river and right around the corner from Reno High.
Really? Oh, so y'all probably staying right where we were, right
Yeah,
where you were.
we like the 7 minute walk. We right here on the corner. If you hit the corner, Reno High is like right there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. Look, I was in school during the OJ trial, so
Oh,
came down with the verdict. Like they had the TVs up in there, and mind you, it was only 5 black people in the school at this time. 5. I never will forget. Sophomore year, and when they came down with that verdict, them kids looked at me, started throwing shit.
oh,
I had to run across the
Oh,
river out of class. I never went back. Never went back after that.
oh, hell no.
damn.
It's real. It
That's
was real racist out there
crazy.
at the time. It was real rough out there at the time.
Yeah. It's damn. That's crazy. It's like I didn't do it. Y'all throwing shit at
Right.
the wrong people.
Yeah, but they wasn't used to being around blacks either, right? So it was like
Mhm.
I don't know how many it is out there now, but it wasn't many out there then.
Yeah. It's we 8% out here right now.
Oh wow, wow.
Mm. Uh,
Yeah, and there's
yeah.
more people out there. That was even before the little, they had a phase where they moved a lot of Oakland people out there with, I think, the Section 8 and stuff, or
Mhm.
low housing. But that was after the time that I had already been there. But I never got a chance to see 4 or 5 black people in the same area unless
Yeah.
I was at school and it was us 3, 4 hanging together.
It's still like that out here. We black business owners out here, so we deal with a lot of black business owners, a lot of business owners, period. But you don't really see us unless it's like when our friends or somebody throwing a black culture event or a black business event, and when we go out, we mainly be like the only black people there. But it's not gonna stop us. I'm like, I'm from Oakland. If we
You
could survive Oakland, we gonna survive anywhere.
can
That's
survive
just
any.
how I
Man,
feel.
That's
for
the
real.
mentality I had. Yep, that's the mentality I had. In
Yeah.
fact, when I came back, I was so I felt like I was so ready for life because I think um, once you live independently away from your upbringing, it kind of forced you to be an adult quicker than you're ready to be.
Yeah.
But the mentality that I was raised with, like where we from, where we like we see all type of shit, people getting killed left and right. I wasn't afraid of nothing. Like I wasn't afraid of nothing, and I think that's had a lot to do with what you said, like the upbringing and where we're from.
Yeah. And we didn't grow up in like great neighborhoods.
Right,
We like
Man.
right there around the corner from each other. So
right.
um, just
Yeah,
just gotta do it. Just gotta
yeah.
live. That's it. If we don't go places because we gonna be outnumbered or not look like the other people, we probably wouldn't go. Probably wouldn't be nowhere. Oakland
Exactly.
looking different, Reno looking different. It's a lot of
That's
people
why.
that moved out here from LA. It's a lot of people out here from Bay and from LA. They like moving out here, and the rent is going up, but it's still fairly cheaper than Cali. So
Yeah, the rent going up here too, but it's
yeah.
still cheaper than the Bay though, for sure.
Hmm.
That's why I feel blessed where I'm at. We live in Tracy now, and
Hmm.
we the only black people on the block. And
Wow.
my kids, my two younger kids, my daughters, they talk white. Like if you talk to them on the phone, you think they was white. You see
Hmm.
me smiling when I say that because I used to be embarrassed by that, but now it just lets me know that they're gonna be all right. They very different from the way I was raised. They
Yeah.
don't know what danger is. Like we don't even see cops ride down the block. Um, we can leave the garage open overnight. The door, I leave I leave my door open more unlocked more than I lock it, as far as my car door. But
Mm.
yeah, I feel safe. We got cameras everywhere, but I brought those from Oakland when we moved out here, and I really don't need them. We just use them when I lose stuff.
That's
But my
good
kids, they don't
though.
know what danger is. They don't even know what need
Yeah.
is. They got it so good right now, and they got it so spoiled. I couldn't have it any other way, because knowing the way I came up.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not talking white, it's talking to intellectual. They got us thinking if you talk with intellect and
Yeah.
you talk proper, we can talk proper.
Yeah.
It's not white. We can talk proper. Everybody's not down
Yeah.
to talk ebonics and good to stay out of
Right.
danger because we don't want the kids growing up in danger or around
Mhm.
danger and I know since I've been knowing you since forever, I know that they street smart. They
Yeah.
they, they know how to handle themselves. So
Yeah.
all the
That's my younger kids. My older kids, they grew up in Oakland, so I got them like that blended stuff. So it's a little ratchetness in the house, and it's a little straight in the house too.
kids.
Yeah.
I no, I have to definitely agree with that. Like I live in Stockton. My son, I have a 10-year-old, and I'm the same way. Like he's out here, and I definitely feel like Stockton ain't like the best area, but I'm definitely glad that my son is not growing up in Oakland.
Yes.
You
Oh my.
know, like the school that he's in is majority Mexican kids and stuff like that. So like I'm glad like we're away from the Bay Area, and I'm glad I'm here because, like being a parent, like you have grown up how we grew up, growing up. I mean, I done walked out the door to see dead bodies in the middle of the street.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad to say that my son has never experienced that. He's
Yeah.
gonna grow up. He's gonna be a square. I get talked about all the time because people always tell me I talk so proper. I sound so white. But my thing is, I sound educated. People expect, I'm stereotyped because I'm a black female coming from Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
So they expect me to sound this type of way. They expect me to look this type of way. I work front desk at a hotel, at a Hilton hotel. That's like you get a lot of business owners. You get a lot of rich white people. Like so, when they come and they see me and when they talk to me, like, a lot of times I talk to people through emails or on phones. So when they come and they talk to me, and they realize like they be like, yeah, I spoke to this girl named Rosie earlier. I'm like, I'm the person you spoke with.
Yeah.
They're surprised because I know talking to me, especially when you talking to me on the phone, like I have my managers laughing all the time because I tell them when I'm at work, I put on my best Becky. And I call it my best Becky because I'm proper. I act like I need to act because I'm the only black person in a majority of a white business. You
Yep.
you're you're automatically stereotyped. I'm a black female coming from Oakland. They already think so much of me already. So when people come and they see me and they talk to me, like even the managers will be like, "We get so many great reviews about me." And I'm like, and I've had people say, "You're not who I expected you to be." And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah. And I think what you learn and what you're actually also explaining is you got to have more than one personality just to survive in the world. Like you can't
Mhm.
just be yourself everywhere you go. Like it's okay to be 100, but you can't just be. I can't be my nickname, which is QT, at the way what they call me in the family. I just can't be that person all the time at work. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
That's one of the things you're explaining, and I kind of picked up on and kind of teach my kids too.
No, it's true. You definitely have to, like know what, like, who's your audience. That's
Yep.
what, my people at work, my bosses, they always tell me that it's about knowing who your audience is. Like, you don't have to change who you are, but you got to know when to turn it on and when to
Yep.
turn it off.
Yep.
Because for me, it's like I already told them, like, I'm not willing to change who I am as a person to continue to move up,
Very
but
important to that.
I
Yeah.
was told I didn't have to. Just, be mindful of your audience. So that's what I do.
Because we already got a target on our back, regardless of
Exactly.
Yep.
black women, black men. It don't matter. We already got a target on our back for whatever. And for us to have a job and to have a consistent income and something for our kids or nephews, I don't have no kids, nephews and siblings, and to look up to, we have to be able to adapt to our surroundings.
Yeah.
Not saying don't be yourself, but you have to adapt because then they gonna stereotype us.
Yep.
Everybody's not ghetto, everybody's not stealing, everybody's not fighting. Um, Everybody's not talking slang or whatever they want to call it. So just yeah, like you said, both like everybody said, you just got to be aware of your surroundings and your audience and who's paying attention because they want you to be y'all. They don't want us to be the bosses or working for ourselves. They want us to work for them.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
T-Pain said, yeah. Y'all said T-Pain said, well, y'all say y'all working hard for yourselves or y'all working hard for these $1 million companies that is slaving y'all Sunday through Monday, whatever, and then them and they family at home chilling and going on vacations, but won't let y'all take days off when y'all sick. Won't let y'all take days off when y'all need a day off just to rest mentally, physically, because they gonna want us to work 100 times harder than the rest of the people, even though we doing 8,000 things on the job. So,
Yep.
Yep.
Got to know your limits.
yeah, yeah. They'll work you to death, or they'll be like, "Oh no, you can't come in. I'm sick because we can't call in. We can't call in sick, or we gonna get fired or reprimanded. But now I'm sick and I'm getting everybody else sick, and can't nobody call in. So everybody in here wearing masks, or everybody in here just sick.
Right.
So I'll
Yeah.
be like, that's why I'm glad I'm a vegan. I drink water. I don't drink. I'm not talking about nobody that does, but just
Vegan.
to
How you like being a vegan? I was a vegan for 9 months.
Ooh, I
Hard.
can't do it.
uh,
Hungry. I was hungry every day. Every damn day. No matter how much protein I ate, I was hungry every day. Too hungry.
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And being a manager, talking to people, being a vegan, man, you got so many attitude problems. I couldn't do
Yeah.
it.
I bet.
Mhm.
I couldn't do it.
Um, it's it's hard. We've been vegan, strictly vegan for like 4 or 5 years, maybe.
Oh, you in
We was
there?
doing
Wow.
we
It's a
was
lifestyle.
pescatarian. We was pescatarian for a minute, and I donated my kidney to our younger brother,
Yes.
so it was messing up my kidney. Yeah, it was messing up my kidney. So they like, you eating too much seafood. I'm like, well, I ain't eating no more meat, so I just end up going vegan. And it's hard. It's expensive, and like you said, you need a lot. You have to eat a lot of something, peanuts, something with protein because you not eating meat. Meat sticks to you, but meat is not good for you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. I don't want to
Yeah.
go back to eating meat, and the meat is getting worse. They getting stuff. They just passed a law to do lab engineered meat, and you can make the meat in the lab. I don't want to do that. You can make the fish in the lab. I don't want to do that. They already got it because if you look at certain packages now, it says lab engineered products. What did that mean? What am I eating?
That can mean anything.
Yeah, it could be anything. So I like it. It's hard, but it seems like we buy groceries every couple of days because the food's so high. So you either making it homemade or you buying it already made, which is still like
Yeah.
processed food. So it's hard. It's hard and expensive. It is. A lot of places out here is not vegan. There's like one fully vegan place, and then there's a couple of other places out here that got vegan options, or you can modify it, but there's only one fully vegan place out here.
Wow.
So we need to open our we need to open our own, our own cafe, our own food, because if not, I don't trust eating at everybody, restaurant. I work in food hospitality, so I don't trust eating at everybody's stuff.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So
But that's not a bad idea though, to open up your own.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, normally you get like the places out here, you get like tacos and burritos and tofu. Everything is beans. I'm like, we don't all just eat beans or salads. It's beans or salads. It's like some
Them
of this
beans
stuff
got
don't
me
even
fat.
go together. You said
Them,
what?
them beans when I was a vegan, them beans got me fat. That and like I was eating more starch. I ended up gaining weight being a vegan.
Yeah, it would do it. It would do it. So how did it work? You say you were diabetic and high blood pressure. Did it help with any of that or?
Yeah, so that was the reason why I did it, just to get off the meds. So my blood pressure can go down, and
Mhm.
watch my sugar a little bit. So I ended up getting off the meds and thinking I was good. Then went right back to eating, and here I am back on the meds again. So I
Mm.
gotta watch that. Something I pay
Yeah.
attention to.
Have you read anything about Dr. Sebi with all
No,
the natural remedies?
no, I haven't. No, I
Hmm.
haven't.
You
If
should.
I if
Yeah.
I get into that level of it, I'm gonna get addicted to it and probably stop DJing because
Yeah.
that's a whole nother lane. It's a lot of it's a lot to learn on that. I didn't want to get
Yeah.
deep into it. I think I was inspired by
Hmm.
my sister-in-law who's vegan as well. She kept her
Hmm.
kept telling me, you should be a vegan. I was like, hell no, for like a year or so, and then I just tried it. The first 4 or 5 months was good because I'm a mind over matter person. So, like I said, if you tell me I can't do something, I thought it was such a huge um, success for me to be a vegan, and then 4 or 5 months ago I had no thought of being a vegan. So I think that willpower type of stuff I kind of like. So that's more of the reason why I was a vegan as well, because once I started doing it, like I'm gonna show them I can be a vegan forever. But no, I started stealing chicken in the middle of the night, and once I had my first piece of meat, it was over. I was going back and
Yeah, I bet.
going back.
I commend y'all. I couldn't do it. Listen,
I can't
my
do it.
my fat
I
ass likes to eat. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Like I've cutting back on like what I eat and like I have stomach problems. So I'm real trying to be mindful of what I'm eating and really trying to take care of myself. So I've cutting back on like the things that I'm eating. Like I do a lot of turkey meat. But I
Hmm.
definitely can't see myself not eating no meat. That ain't good. I go
I
crazy.
cannot. Ooh, no way.
yeah.
No.
I try to tell,
Mm-mm.
I try to tell you all the time, especially JoJo. JoJo don't listen. JoJo like, I'm plants killing us too. Everything killing us, but I'd rather be on plant based than some lab
I
produced, lab engineered food. So
I want to die happy. Fuck it. I want to
Right.
die happy.
I mean, but I like the what is it? The plant-based stuff, like I love, like I can go to a restaurant and order a impossible burger and be fine. That type of stuff I
mm,
can do. But to not even have the plant-based meat or real meat, that's not gonna work. No. Uh-uh.
Yeah,
I can't do
So
it.
when I go
Beyond
visit
Meat,
Donna, I eat what they eat. Like I don't like like I'm not against it. I can eat it here and there. I just can't see that being my whole life.
Yeah, I can't.
do you eat Beyond Meat?
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah, that's good
Yeah.
too. I
They
used to
got
make
these little
burgers.
meatballs.
Yeah.
They good. Yeah, yeah. I like that stuff. That kind of stuff,
Oh, you
yeah,
said
because it's
meatballs? Yeah, I used to do the
yeah,
meatballs too.
they
Oh,
good.
that's hella good.
Yeah, they got the
Mhm.
spicy ones at Safeway. They hella good. I had them at like this kickback. I didn't even know that they was the Beyond Meat until like later on. I had asked her about them, and she was like, "That's what it was." Yeah, that type of stuff I can do, but just to I don't know. You just picture. I mean, I don't drink, but just picture being drunk one night. And usually somebody is like, "Oh, okay, I'm drunk. Let me go get a burger," and then you coming home eating a damn salad. Like, what's that gonna do? That's not gonna absorb.
Right.
That ain't greasy. What, you gonna eat a carrot or something like that? Shit, I just couldn't imagine that. Like, no. Yeah, I just can't.
Give me a
But I
burger
got
now.
friends, other Donna, Jamila. I got a friend that's a nurse. She don't eat meat. I think she was doing it for like 10 years. Then she started back eating meat. But last we talked, she said she stopped again. But she's a pescatarian though. So
Mm-hmm.
it would just only be seafood for her. But I can't even do that. And I love seafood. Nope.
You said, give
Can't
me a
do it.
Seafood.
you want a burger, huh?
Yep. And a steak. And a steak. Yep.
Wait a
That
minute.
is
Uh-huh.
so.
Y'all,
Oh yeah.
y'all making me hungry. I didn't got high and now y'all making me hungry talking about fucking food. I'm sitting here like, damn, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Oof,
Hell yeah.
man.
That's what broke me in. I had snuck and left work one time and went to go to this restaurant and this steakhouse, and I think I paid $80 for a steak. It was
Mm.
good too, but I had to eat it all because I didn't want my wife to know that I was eating meat again. Man, I ate that whole thing with some onion rings, man. You could tell me nothing. I slept
Yeah,
almost the day too.
yeah.
Oh,
And it's
That's what
worth.
broke
It's
me
just.
in.
It's
It's
worth
done.
it. You'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck it. It's
Yep.
worth it. Like, whoo, man. That should be worth it. I'm telling you. I don't know. To each its own, but I can't do it.
I commend you.
Nope.
I commend you, D.
Yep.
I commend
thank
y'all.
you. It's
That's
not.
some that's some willpower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
real.
not. Mhm. We don't drink. We don't drink. We don't
Wait,
eat
wait. Let me
meat.
ask you this: do the temptation? You still have the temptation to eat meat? Because I think once you go years, you lose that temptation, right?
Um, I don't.
So if I
Sometimes
had
it
some fried
smells
chicken
good,
right
and I'll
now,
be
you
like,
wouldn't want
no.
none. If I fried
Uh-uh.
some chicken right in front of you, you wouldn't want none.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh wow,
But
It sometimes
sometimes,
smells good, and then I'll be like,
lifestyle.
oh, that's all right. That's
It's
all
a
right.
but
lifestyle.
sometimes though, if you go so long without eating meat and you eat it, you get sick too.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep, yep.
Yeah, I know people. They said like, oh, they can't. They
Heard that.
tried it years later and got headaches. They start throwing up. So yeah, I can't do that.
And that's how I had to
Mm-mm.
learn. That's how I learned, start like learning how to cook. I go to JoJo house. Everybody at JoJo house eat meat. So I'm like, they ain't gonna cook me no vegan food. I gotta learn how to cook.
Yeah.
So I can't cook 100% everything, but I'm good at burgers. I'm good at frying and all that. But sometimes the stuff smell good, but then when I be like, no, I don't want to eat it. I got stomach problems too, so it's easier just to be vegan and just keep up with protein. But sometimes vegan can make you sick if you don't get enough proteins and enough vitamins that you get through meat, but then the meat is not good for you. So, and it's a reason why Elon Musk and all them buying up the farms. I'm still not sure why they buying up all the farms. What are y'all doing? Like they buying up farms everywhere in the United States right now. And it's like I don't know, man. I'm glad I know people personally. I'm got a cousin that own a farm. Um, that people that own farms and that's own farms, but that's a cat or a dog.
It's a dog.
He looks cool. He looks like what are you talking about?
It's a
Hey, it did look like a cat for a second.
and she hella ugly, but I love her now.
Hi, doggy. Oh, she said, "Who are y'all? Why you got me in this cabin? Look at him. Look at her." She said,
Uh,
"Yeah, I don't know y'all, man." Well, I guess we do a couple more questions. We about to be up at an hour. Um, one couple of questions you sent in. What is the hardest thing about DJing? What do
Um,
you feel like is the hardest thing about DJing?
the nightlife, like I think it all depends on what type of relationship you got to at home, right? So, being with my wife 23 years, we brother and sister, as far as what we know of each other. So the
Mm-hmm.
trust, right? You gotta have that trust within your relationship because you around a lot of temptation, you around a lot of nightlife. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's two negatives right there, right? So it's a lot of women, a lot of women. I'm gonna say it's a lot of women, right? But you also up late, like the party ends at 2. Majority of the
Mm-hmm.
clubs. So whenever I'm not DJing a private party, I'm at the sports page DJing too, right? So that don't end till like 2, which is in Oakland. I gotta pack all the stuff up on. So 3 things: the nightlife, the temptation, and hauling all that shit at the end of the night.
Oh, I can imagine.
Hardest thing, man. Like I said, I'm 44 years old and I sweat like crazy already. But at the end of the night, after you DJ'd and then gave up all your energy, hauling all that stuff in my truck, that's the hardest part. I mean, thankful. I started off like I got a Jaguar and I started off pushing my stuff in the Jaguar. But then I like off the money of DJing, I bought a truck, which is a blessing in itself. So now even just putting the stuff in the truck, I thought it would be easier. It ain't easier because you still like lifting. My wife bought me the little cranks for the speakers because that's the heaviest thing. You can just crank it up, but you still got to lift that mug off the thing and put it in there. It's just a whole lot of energy. So by the time I get home, because like everywhere I go is, I don't do many parties in Tracy. I've done a couple, but not a lot. It's a long drive, so you do all that moving, then you sit still in the middle of the night because you're driving home, and then by the time you get home. Sometimes I gotta sit in the car and start wiggling my toes and move around because I be so stiff. So it's almost like you just fighting temptation, trying to find energy. But yeah, those are things, and like the trust you lose, like you don't go to sleep with your wife with your no weekend, no Saturday, no Friday or Saturday night because wow. But the hardest thing, like the temptation is not hard for me, as far as the shit that's in your face. It's just what I miss at home, like those Saturday nights with my girls and with my family. It's a sacrifice.
Right.
It's a sacrifice, but I'm glad they understand. They don't
Right.
even like my daughter. They don't care what I do. They just know that I DJ. And Monday through Friday, I'm here to help them.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta
good.
work.
Like that.
Yeah, gotta work, gotta do balances. Like you said, just hauling all that stuff. We do a lot of events. We put on our own events.
Yeah.
People ask you to be part of the events, and you have to be there. You have to be there the whole time. If the event start at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m., you have to get there at like 11, 12 to sit up, and then you just sitting around.
Yeah.
And then the event from 3 to midnight, you got to stay there to midnight, and then you like you said, you use all your energy, and now at the end of the night, you have to take all this stuff down and take it back to your truck. And we do that too. Sit in our car for a minute and talk, or drink water, or just
You
try to.
you try to find little corners to cut the time, right? So that before whatever gig I'm doing is up, I'll snatch one speaker down and play the music out of one speaker and start packing half of the stuff up. So I ain't got to do it all at the middle of the night. Like it also, which is another thing I like, being in a dangerous area, like hauling that stuff up at the sports page in Oakland, sometimes can be super dangerous too. It all depends on where you at. That's why I like doing different things too. Like I just don't do hip hop and R&B stuff. I like being like the most money come from people who are not like me. So
Right.
that's what I try to find something different just to be safe too. So I ain't got to worry about a lot of stuff. A lot of fights
We
and
don't
stuff.
want nobody to get your routine down. People start getting your routine down and watching you and everything else. But
certain places you go alone, but you don't be alone, if you know what I mean. You gotta carry
got
something.
to.
You gotta
Got
carry
to.
Oh, the sport, especially the sports page, in itself, like
To be lit.
Mhm.
man,
First page be lit.
yes.
Damn. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta
Sound like
always
y'all been there
watch
too.
your back.
Y'all been
Oh
there.
yeah.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
Mhm.
you've
one
been
of
there.
my sisters,
I know you've been there.
she always in there.
Okay.
So yeah. Mhm. All the time. That's her spot. Yep.
Mhm. So where since we in leap year, we say 4 years since we're in leap year. Leap year come around every 4 years.
Hey,
What do you
pause
want
for a
to
second. D, you
do?
telling me it's leap year remind me of how we connected to do this. She gonna tell me it's the 29th of February and I'm driving. I'm like, ain't no damn 29th of February. She joking. So I text her back like, stop playing like it ain't no 29th of February. I forgot.
And I'm like, that is leap year. He's like, okay, because I thought you was tripping. I'm like, dude, We really not doing it on the 28th of this year. We doing it on the 29th. He like, man, it's not on 29th of February. I'm like, dude, it's leap year. He like, oh, okay. Because I thought you was tripping.
I was. Now I didn't think too much on it. Like I didn't know. I mean, I didn't look at your reply until I got home, and then I realized. Oh, I told my wife they was laughing like crazy. They thought
it
Oh
don't
yeah.
come around so often. So if you're not paying attention to it, who would know?
yeah. I just
This
forgot
year
about
already going by fast.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you was gonna say,
Man.
I didn't want to pause you. What were you gonna say?
Where do any of y'all see any of y'all business next leap year, next 4 years? Um, what do y'all want to see yourself? What do you want to see your business?
So I guess I'll go first since I'm the guest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my whole goal, like I don't want to do the same thing or this forever, right? So I'm using this opportunity to grow. I always ask myself what I'm gonna do next. So I think about 7 months ago, I got this plan, this well written out plan that's working right now. Because it started off by making this an LLC, and then I want to have 2 to 3, maybe even 4 other DJs in the network with me, become one brand, and then we become one entity and do multiple different gigs. Because there's a lot of times where I'm double booked, triple booked, and I got to give it to somebody else I know. But I rather make money off of that, right? And then just have my own company where there's a couple other DJs working with me. So and then
So
end up not DJing at all and have the DJs working.
so let me ask you something. So with that and wanting to basically hire people, are you willing to train?
Oh yeah, I'm so thirsty on training because I feel like
Really? Because I
that's
got a
something that I
friend
didn't think.
that's she's
Yeah,
super good and like she want to get into it. So
yeah,
yeah.
I'm a for it. Like it's somebody now that told me they wanted to DJ, but they trying to conjure up the money to buy them a controller. But I've been hitting them up like, hey, you ready? You ready? Because I think that's what I was missing, somebody to teach me. So I'm so willing to pass it down. You gotta pass
Okay.
it on. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good to know.
Like the
Yeah.
person who taught me, like I didn't pay him a dollar, like, but he's unbiasedly just helped me just by passing it on.
Right. Yeah, I feel like if we had more of that, then
Yep.
more of us would be, successful. But a lot of times people just kind of always thinking about what they can get off of somebody.
Yep.
They don't want to like teach the game for free, which I don't agree. Like
Right.
it don't cost you nothing to just help somebody else.
Right. Right. Because you never know, it'll come back 10 times. That's the way I look at it.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
And we all can be successful. There's enough room for everybody. It's enough room for
Yep.
everybody. So
It all
we
depends on your work
all.
ethic. It all depends on your work ethic. Though nothing come to a dreamer. I think you got to get up and go get it. Like, everything I got, I went and got. Right. Like it's nothing that was given to me. And that's the same goes for everybody. I've learned more when I didn't have. So while I have, I learned that I got to be the one to take that step forward just to develop success, develop progress. Because if you're not progressing, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Building generational wealth. It's not gonna stop you getting successful and building your brand and stuff. And you helping me is not gonna stop you from
Right.
being successful or growing or shit. Why not all do it together? We all grew up, we all black, young, growing up in Oakland. I'm not sure if we've seen some people see positive role models, some people don't, and you get people that okay, I want to be like that, or you get people like I don't want to be like that, and it's always good to have a team with you. So when you do want to go chill with your kids and your wife on the weekend, be like, here you go,
Yep.
just give me a
That's
little fee and
about.
you go take it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. That's my future. What I'm thinking about right now. Because like I said, I get tired. So imagine me 5 years older. Like I don't want to do this forever. I just fun, but I want to be the one teaching people how to DJ.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll
Nope,
do
that's
one more
right.
question. An hour, 9 minutes. Favorite? What was it? Favorite song to play and least favorite song to play. Your least favorite song and favorite song to play.
My favorite songs is the one with everybody sing along, like
Hmm.
the "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell, and I think "Love." I think "Love" by Keisha
Music
Cole.
culture. Keisha
It
Cole.
was the Monica one for a while. It's different phases, right? I think it started off in Atlanta, and where you see it now, where it's a trend where the DJ stopped the music and then everybody's singing the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what song it is. If I can get everybody singing the song, and then I go a cappella on the controller, man, that's a good ass feeling, man. That's almost like bust. I'm telling you, like like having everybody engage and singing the song. Like if you go to my Instagram page, you'll find different videos like that because I think that's what I like the most. Just having, if you think about it, when you're doing that, you got everybody engaged, like
Yep.
everybody.
Mhm.
So
That's true.
those three love songs. But right now, that Soak City song,
Oh
right now,
yeah.
oh that get me.
Yeah, that
Cause
yeah.
I whole montage of just different gigs that I did where everybody just go crazy.
Everybody, yeah, they dancing and everything. Yeah.
2 years, a year
Yeah.
from now, it'll be a different song. But I
Yeah.
like what everybody else like. Meaning that's what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Even the
yeah,
kids is
having a keyboard friend.
dancing to the clean version of Soak City. So
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
I just played it at the wedding. They went crazy off
I
of it,
bet.
and it was
Yep.
black way. Yeah, so
At the wedding though they dancing to it. That's crazy. That's so ratchet. I love that.
it's crazy.
Yep.
That song is wild. That song's wild. What I like to do is like they hear the piano music coming on, but I loop the first two bars, so it just start looping and everybody start running to dance. But I want you to
Cause
feel it.
they know it's coming on.
Yeah, so if you think about it, that's the new electric slide. So they doing all this, they doing all this. I
Uh-huh.
try to get on the dance floor. I'm on the mic. Oh, I know you hear it. I know you hear it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like that
Dang.
song is crazy. That's an
It
easy one.
is.
I wait till I'm in the prime hour to do that. Like you don't play that in the beginning or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
no. Uh-uh. Nope. Yeah, that's what's up.
What's the most requested song? What's your most requested song?
That's Soak City. That Soak City is the most requested one. It all depends on what type of theme, what type of party. Like I said, I do different ones, but when I go to the page, it's mainly Too Short, Freaky Tales, stuff like that. It all depends on what type of hour it is. Most DJs hate requests, but I like it because that's how and I should have answered this earlier with this. That's how I get new music. So whenever
Hmm.
they request something I don't have, I go offline and download it like right away. Within 30, I train myself to do that like within 30 seconds and just add it to my library. But when I'm with people that look like me and my age and around me, they like that real ratchet music. So it's it's Soap City. It's Soap City. At the end of the day, it's Soap City. I think this past 8 9 months, that's been the number one requested song by far. It don't even come close. It don't even come close.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it don't even come close.
It's a dope song.
Yeah, at
That's
first I
what's
don't like it, but like I said, I like it now.
Oh, I loved it when I first came out. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, this lit.
that's because you like that ratchet shit. Man, listen. It that like especially in our community, that ratchet is what's gonna get people hype. And it depends on what kind of age. But like that song,
Yeah.
like people of all ages gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. All
Yeah.
ages. All ages. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Nah, for real.
Well,
Hmm.
I have to see you DJ. I gotta have to come. I wanna come
I
to the
know.
little
That's why.
bigs.
Look,
You
I'm
sound
already
lit.
thinking about
I
it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to
Please
It ain't
do.
gonna
come.
be the
Please do.
sports page though.
Yeah. I go to the sports page.
Now, mind you,
That's
I ain't gonna say I don't like the sports page, but that's a good starting place. But I don't want to go there every time. Whenever I'm at the DJing at the sports page, I either don't got a private gig booked somewhere or somebody then faked out at the last minute. So I try not to be at the page. And I like going to the page just to interact with the other DJs because they've been doing it longer than me. And then like
Right.
pick up certain things. Like I said, I'm Shazamming them. That's like a learning center for me now. I mean, that's where I go touch home and then take what I learned there and go other places. So, like I said, it's not a knock that I don't like going there. I just know if I'm there DJing, I'm either don't get booked or I'm filling in for somebody else. But yeah, that's home. That's where it started at. So I like
Yep.
going away from home.
Mhm.
It's more money. It's more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we at an hour and 15. If y'all have
Oh, this was
anything
funner than I
else,
thought. I was ready to keep going.
Uh,
We gotta
you
keep
yeah.
going. We
we
like
can
to go on
do
We
like the
we
web
can
solo.
do good.
no, you can be on here all night. Yep. That's how. Yeah.
We be out here
It gets
chilling.
like that. Yep.
We can do another 15 minutes. What else? What else y'all want to
I
talk
wanna
about?
I wanna know, where did you get your name for? So I get the cue,
Oh,
but
I'm
I get
so
the
glad you asked that. I think that's the best question tonight. That is the best question. If we would have ended this without me saying that, I would have been mad. I got 4 kids who name start. I got 3 kids who name start with a Q. I'm the fourth Q.
Okay.
So remember, I told you we got 2, right? So there's 3 kids start with the letter Q, and I'm the fourth Q. So DJ 4Q. So it took me weeks to try to come up with this name, and my 15-year-old came up with that name. So I dig it.
Oh,
As you see, it's behind me. I got it everywhere. Like it's everywhere around the house too. Yep, that's how it
that,
came up.
that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
nice.
My name is Quentin, of course. So Kalia, Kanaya, uh, Kalia, Kanaya, and Quentin Jr.
Do
Mhm.
you have a favorite like famous DJ that you're inspired by?
Yeah. So shout out to DJ Shellhart, who's like the biggest DJ right now in the Bay Area, Oakland area. I follow her a lot. We got a close circle, but we don't know each other well. But I'm inspired by her. DJ
Yeah,
Slowpoke,
she's good.
who's DJ Slowpoke, who's he's actually Too Short DJ. So he's the longest tenured DJ. So he's the most experienced DJ around the area. But the ones with the most motion right now is DJ. I want to say Butter Smooth, which is a DJ name, and DJ Millions out of Oakland. They're downtown. They have this little summer thing where they DJing every weekend at the Lux at multiple places downtown, and that's where the new wave at now, where everybody's going. So they actually inspired me to want to DJ once I started doing my homework. And I really, really, really do my homework. Like I want to say, I follow like 600, 700 DJs on Instagram, and I'm always trying to connect. Hey, if you need somebody to fill in for you, let me know. I think that's another thing that gets me a lot of gigs is my marketing game. Like I spend a lot of money on buying far as animated logos. I'm always in somebody DM asking them like if it's somebody that got a lot of motion. I'm trying to not trying to catch their wave, but just like, hey, if you never need DJ, let me know. I'm big on making flyers. So every gig I do, I kind of like take their flyer and then innovate it with my name with some kind of animated thing going to it. So I'm big on the digital marketing. So that's what helps me get a lot of gigs too.
Hmm.
More
That's
than
so
anything
sweet.
else. But word of mouth, like every gig you go to, if you're doing well, you're gonna book something from there. Hand out the
Right.
cards, yeah. Somebody gonna ask for your card. If nobody asking for your card at a gig, you ain't doing good.
Mm, good to know. Okay.
You made me forget what the
Hmm.
question was, but yeah.
No, no, you answered it.
Yeah.
You said DJ Chill Real when
Yeah,
I asked
Shell
like
Heart. Shell
anybody.
Heart. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah.
the
She's
she the
good.
biggest.
I like her.
She the biggest right now.
Yeah, she be having it lit.
I just did the Black Joy Parade. That was pretty fun. That's my
I
second.
was gonna ask you about that. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask, did you
I did
go?
that. That's fun. That's so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm the resident DJ for this dance group. This called Regine's Regine's Dancing Angels. And I don't know if you remember a while ago, a young lady was killed in Oakland doing a praise dance at a funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Reggie
Yeah.
Name. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
her mom created this dance group, and it's been doing really well. And I think my fourth or fifth gig, I had did one of her parties, and the kids loved it, and they just been booking. So now I do all their competitions. I do the little parades that they be doing, and then within that group, it's all mothers. There's all kind of birthday parties going on. So I do a lot of gigs with them too. But yeah, that's been one of the most the greatest experience I can have. Hooking up with her and getting a lot of bookings from her as well.
Yeah. I
We
saw they
we
was in the Black Joy Parade too, huh? I seen them,
Yeah,
right?
that's yeah,
Yeah.
that's who I was on the float for. I was on the float by myself. They were behind me, um, doing their little thing. Last year we did it in the rain, um, and it was a good experience and a bad experience at the same time, a learning experience at the same time. Because she didn't tell me she didn't have a generator until I got there, so I had to find a
Hmm.
generator at the last minute, like go through my phone and like call and ask relatives, hey, you got a generator? Luckily, I found one on the other side of Oakland and went and got one and came back. But that's kind of what connected me the most with her too, because she saw how dedicated I was. But
Mhm.
yeah, learning from that because it was raining. Doing a parade in the rain is not fun. But that was a good experience. Like I think you're not good DJ till you know what to do when something bad goes wrong, right?
Mhm.
Something happens, like when all the power go out, when your laptop shut down. I think I'd have been through everything. Like all of a sudden, if the power go out, if the Wi-Fi go out, I'll Bluetooth. I bring multiple things so that like if one thing happened, I go to this, or if this happened, I go to that. That's how you become a good DJ is troubleshooting in the spur of the moment. Because the worst thing that can happen for a DJ, you in the groove, you in that hot hour, and then boom, silence. That is the nightmare. That is the nightmare. I'm telling you. That's happened to me a couple of times. I just pull out my phone, I Bluetooth to the little mixer that I got, and then go from there. And then where I'm just picking the songs until I get everything else going. But yeah, most people don't even notice the difference if you know what you're doing right.
Mhm.
So now I got all the confidence in the world. If anything happens, somebody spill water on my laptop and it blow up, I can still keep the party going.
I heard that. That's
Gotta
what's
be
up.
prepared for everything.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't
Gotta
do
be
it all.
prepared for everything.
I done been through it all. I used to like download so much. When I first started, I was streaming music. I used to like because they got certain sites that hook to your software where you can just stream your playlist. And I used to do a lot of gigs like that. But then I started going to Vallejo, Manteca. And those are places that don't got good Wi-Fi. So I learned
Mhm.
like in the middle of a song, it'll start skipping and skipping and skipping. So I think adding to your library is one of the most important things. Like I try to add at least 5, 10 songs every day. Every day.
Mhm.
Every day. Try to whatever I may not even like it, but as long as you add it to your it's almost like having adding another weapon to your toolbox. Because all you're trying to do is keep like most gigs are 4 hours, 45 5 hours. You take those 60 minutes and then you look at the song, the minutes in the song, and you try to have enough music to play for 4 hours. 4 hours no matter what. When somebody want to sing and talk, that's good because I ain't playing music and it's safe, I ain't gotta work. So I like doing
Mhm.
performances. I didn't brought out Mr. Fab. I'm also the DJ for Hannibal Thompson. I don't know if you know Hannibal Thompson. He's a comedian.
I love
Mhm.
him.
So I'm his DJ as well. So that's another thing I'm very proud of as well. So I do a lot of comedy shows. I do a lot of comedy shows. I think that's my most funnest thing to do too, because it's the timing thing. It's not about playing the right song. It's about the timing and doing the little sound effects when somebody bombing and stuff like that. That's been pretty fun too.
So if you get requested for a wedding,
Mhm.
do they give you like a playlist
Oh, that's a
or
great point. Great point. Because you want to play what they want to hear, right? I always
right?
request. So now every streaming app have where you can create a playlist and you can just share it with somebody. So I have the software. They got apps for it too, where you create your playlist and you share it. You convert it to whatever streaming app that you're using. So if I'm doing a wedding, and it's pretty much the only time I do this, I always request a playlist from them. Now, I don't want every song that's going to be played. You could just give me 40 songs, and then I can take that theme and go off of that. But I
Okay.
always want to play something that they want to, because there's a mom and daughter dance. There's a dance. The first dance that they want to dance to is the walk in. I think that's another
Right.
exciting thing too, right?
Yeah, it is.
Walk in and you pumping them up. I just did that, and they had a name this past weekend. The last name was I never will forget it, Stravianadakis, right? And that's 14 letters, right? And I didn't know how to say
Gee.
it. So I was practicing on the way there, practicing the night before. But what kept me in the mood was the walk-in song was Ti, bring them out, bring them out. They came in to Let's Get Married. So the wedding, they're always gonna give you what they want to get played the first couple of hours. But
Yeah.
I do request, and if somebody want to offer a playlist, that's cool. But I don't play everything off of the playlist. Otherwise, what you hiring me for?
Right. I know for me, like I wanna come out to that UGK, that I choose you.
Oh yeah, that's slap.
Yeah.
That's slap.
I wanna
That,
come out to that.
yeah,
Yep.
that's a good one. I ain't
Uh-huh.
that.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out, do I know that song? I think.
Man, you know it.
Do
You
I?
know that song. Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
love that song.
That's the song I wanna come out to. Yep. Mhm. I love that song. That's one
I'm
of
gonna
my
have to
favorite
listen to
songs.
that song because I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure out what it is.
when you listen to it, you gonna know. You gonna be like,
Oh,
I know, I heard it. Yep.
I knew it. Jamila know it. She in there singing
Yeah.
it.
See.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
She
oh
don't
my
Yeah.
she
god.
be doing it all.
Draymond, they came out to it at their wedding.
Look, you made me listen to it.
See, there you go.
You ain't never heard that. We can't play along because they gonna cut us off.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta come out to that.
Jamila love that song. And there I go. Yeah, Jamila
Yeah.
love
Bass, the bass drop in that song
Yes,
give you chills.
it do.
I feel
Yep.
like
I'm
the
like, I
rain
gotta
was.
right.
That's it.
Yep. That's what I'm like. I'm coming out to that. Yep.
But
Shit.
that.
Uh-huh.
that just reminded me, shoo.
You
I
finna get
got
married? That's what it
no,
reminds
that definitely didn't remind me of that.
But I'm
Listen,
speaking it into existence one day. One day.
I don't want to.
No.
Nah, I don't know if I want that lifestyle. But
Uh,
anyways, we ain't going there.
Depends on, yeah, who it is.
No, but it
Then
reminded me
I'll
because
do it.
I'm in a wedding in like a month, and I'm like, I'm sure they show ain't talked about like music, if like what we. It made me think like, oh, I might need to ask some questions.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you gonna want
yeah.
to, because everybody walk in with their own little two step too. So
Yeah,
if you in that part of the wedding, you gonna want to know what song it is.
that's
Mhm.
true.
Exactly. I just thought about that as soon as y'all said that. I was like, oh shit, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else? Anything else?
Nope, nope. Just I'm gonna have to come watch you DJ one time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Where you based
Yeah.
out of? You in Oakland, or are you?
Well, I'm from the Bay. I'm from Oakland, but I live in Houston now. So, but I'm always coming back home. I come back home a lot.
Mhm.
Okay.
If you ever
Yeah.
need a photographer, holla at me. I'm always down to collab on something. You need a photographer ever.
Yes.
Mhm.
Sure. My daughter's a photographer. I don't put her in the events that I'm doing, but we've worked together a couple of times. But yeah, it's always room for a photographer. I think that's just like DJ. That's one of the essentials of a party.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Need to put some of them under your LLC too. Just have a whole little like
Yeah.
educational thing.
My right. I'm waiting for my son, right? Like my junior to pick up a skill. But I'm trying to get him, like, I bring him to events because I want him to help. He just recently told me he want to do it, but he's not showing me. So I don't want to force nobody into doing something because I'm doing it. But that is my dream, right? Like that's the number one reason why I'm doing it, so I can pass this on.
Mm-hmm. Be like, I'll come sit back.
Yep. Yep.
You said what, Miss Prissy?
How old is your junior?
25. 25. If they go from this, how I go 26, 25, 26, 25, 25, 14. I'm sorry, 15 and 6. So
Ooh.
stair steppers, and then we started over 10 years apart, and then 10 years more we started over again. So that's why we cut the twos and put them in the microwave. So we can't have no can't have no more. We done. We so used to raising kids, we don't even know how to live without raising kids. Like that, our whole life we've just been raising kids. Like I don't even know what I would do if it was no kids in the house. That's how crazy it is.
Be like, come back home.
Yeah.
We always need our parents.
Yep.
Some advice: safest place other than your own stuff is your parents' house. So
Yep.
yeah. And he
Yep.
got your whole face. He got your whole everything. I'm like, this
Oh,
is cute all over again.
we identical. Damn near identical. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, this is cute. This is a cue from the Castlebot I know. That's him. Embody
Yep.
him all over again.
Yep.
Well, we had an hour and 30 minutes. Q, you know you always welcome. We fam, so you always welcome anytime. If the
Yeah,
kids, anybody,
this was
huh?
fun. Nobody don't like talking about themselves, but this was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the experience.
Yeah. It's always good to catch up with you and talk
Same
to
here.
you in a minute or see you in a minute. So always welcome. Kind of, we do it every Thursday. We do the episodes every Thursday at 5:30. We might switch the time depending on if the guest or the person. Oh, there
Hi,
go
Kitty.
It's my little girl. She
one.
run the house now.
She
Aw.
posted. She said, "This is mine. I'm running this." So yeah, you always welcome. If any of the kids want to come on, they're welcome. Wife, anybody. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for being part of Black
Appreciate.
History Month episodes and
Yeah, I'm glad I was the one to end it. Don't bring me on first.
well, guess that's it. I think we have some quotes. Did you have a quote, Rosie, or anything?
No.
No. Well, I wrote down one to um close out the Black History Month with all the black business owners. Been knowing Q for I guess 20 some years. I'm not even sure.
I can't even
Maybe a
remember.
little.
It's like
You
20
said
something.
what?
It's like late
Yeah. Look.
20 something,
hmm
25, 26. Yeah.
Yeah. He said I was crazy in high school. He
You
was
was.
crazy.
You was a
He was
bully. You was a bully. Always
not a
fight.
bully.
Always fight. Boys and girls.
Uh,
Junior
Jamila said,
high school as
very
well.
informative. You said what?
My wife know you from junior high school.
We went to King together?
Yep. Come here. Let me see your face. Since you talking now. Yes. She
Hey, how you
had twin.
doing?
She
Happy
has a twin.
Thursday.
She's a
All right.
twin. So yep.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I know her from Casablanca, right? But
Yep.
I can't keep
Yep.
it. Casablanca, Key, everything. So I guess I'll close it out with the quote is from Harriet Tubman. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. So
Oh, that's
gotta
nice.
keep going. Yeah,
That just
keep
described my
going.
story. That just described my story. Always have a
Yeah,
dream.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Well, thank y'all for coming on. Always good to talk to you, Q.
I appreciate it. This
Um,
was, like I said, this was a pleasure. This actually puts more confidence in me that somebody want to interview me. I was like, who me? Who me? I was so excited, so amped up for this. I was counting down the days. I didn't want to practice or nothing because I wanted it to be organic. But
Mm.
I appreciate the opportunity, really do.
Yeah.
And keep doing your thing.
Glad you came on.
Yes, keep doing your thing.
Yeah, we will. You too. Take care of them babies
We'll do.
and yourself, and try vegan again. Just maybe once a week, once a month.
Probably tell.
Might Yeah, might help. It might help. I ain't pushing vegan on nobody. I know you said you tried for 9 months,
Yep.
or yeah. So try it once a week. Might help you out once a month, a little bit here and there.
But
Well,
yeah,
have a great night, y'all. Thank y'all. You said what?
Peace
I
out.
wouldn't mind trying it again once a week.
Yeah. Yeah, just to change it up a little bit. It might help with some of your little conditions, high
Yep.
blood pressure, and all that. So I
Yep.
always want to push natural stuff. All medicine ain't good for you.
Yes, I do know that.
So yeah. Well, thank y'all. Have a
Peace
great
out.
night. It was always a good time. Always Q, you always welcome anytime. We're here Thursdays. We can switch up a day if it fits your schedule or whatever. And that's it. Stay healthy, stay safe, drink water, take
Stay
care of
blessed.
yourself.
All right.
Have a
Thank
good
you. Y'all
have a
too.
good night. I'll send you the episode to get off of here. Bye
All
y'all.
right.
Have a good night.
Okay. All
Bye.
right. Bye.